Salutations, respected viewers. I'm George from Ireland, and I'm here in the vestibule of Lincoln's Inn Chapel, one of the Inns of Courts in London, as in this is a sort of society that barristers are member of, barristers, lawyers are members of, their chambers, let's say their offices, all around it, but there's a chapel as well. You don't have to be a Christian to be a barrister. That's not been the case since the 1870s, but nevertheless there's a chapel for those that wish to attend. But I want in particular to speak about Spencer Perceval, to my knowledge, the only Prime Minister to have a tablet erected to him in any of the four Inns of Courts. That's to say, Middle Temple, Inner Temple, Lincoln's Inn or Gray's Inn. So we're in Lincoln's. Here it says, most honourable man, member, most whatever, desired member of ours. So this tablet was fixed at Lincoln's Inn by the Treasurer and the Master of the Bench, PP amount initials, who, and I can't really get all the rest of it, a bit of a past tense there, to be. Anyway, his grace, his faithfulness, his constancy. Anyway, he had a lot of virtues. It goes on to say, wisdom too, a most sweet nature and all the rest of it. I think many people would disagree. Look at all we did in his public offices. Anyway, he will remain in the public annals for all the things he did. Those whom private necessity I cannot join together with something or other. That's how rubbish my Latin is. So Spencer Perceval, he's born in 1762, and his father had spent some time in Ireland, been a member of Parliament in Ireland. So Spencer Perceval was arguably Irish on his father's side. But Spencer Perceval, he was born in England, he grew up in England. As far as I know, he never set foot in West Britain. Anyway, Spencer Perceval, and they had a country house just outside London, to the west, in Middlesex, a village which is now called Ealing, part of London. But anyway, he was one of several children. He married and he had many children himself, but Spencer Perceval, he went to Harrow School. He later went to Cambridge, I think it was St John's, and he was later called to the bar, a barrister, so a lawyer. That's why there's a plaque to him here. But anyway, he was a friend of Mr. Pitt in politics. That's Pitt the Younger. I don't know whether they couldn't call him the Honourable Pitt, because Pitt the Younger was the son of the Earl of Chatham. It's the son of a lord, it would be known as the Honourable. We say Pitt the Younger because his father was also William Pitt, Pitt the Elder. But why did Pitt the Younger not become a lord as well? Because he was not the eldest son. He didn't inherit the title Earl of Chatham. But anyway, although Pitt was from a Whig family, it was mostly Tories on his side. The friends of Pitt were sometimes derisively known as Pittites. If you put the suffix "ite," it was always opprobrious. But anyway, so he held various government positions, various cabinet offices, Spencer Perceval. But one thing he disagreed with Pitt the Younger on was Catholic emancipation. Of course, Pitt the Younger, he resigned as Prime Minister in 1801 because George III was doing everything he could to stand athwart Pitt's design for us in Ireland to have almost religious equality, no longer be discriminated against as Catholics, most of us. Obviously, a Catholic emancipation would have pertained to Great Britain as well. But Spencer Perceval was dead against it. There was a lot of anti-Catholicism at the time. Equality was actually quite a new concept. Until the late 18th century, almost nobody believed in religious equality, gender equality, racial equality, and so forth. Certainly not in this part of the world. So really revolutionary people were advancing that notion. Anyway, Spencer Perceval, he then became Prime Minister in the tumultuous days of the Napoleonic War, and he was all for fighting to the finish. Many people, the other party, Whigs, were more inclined to settle, as have a parley with the French and negotiate peace. It was not a foregone conclusion that the coalition was going to win, but anyway said, no, he pursued a war policy. But he was assassinated in relation to that by Bellingham, who'd been imprisoned in Russia to do with the dispute between the UK and Russia.